All right, welcome back, everybody. It is the motherfucking pupil's life, and I'm actually recording this closer to when it's going to be released than I normally do. It's a Saturday night for me, and you're tuning in to the pupil's motherfucking life, episode 30 something, almost at 40. It's crazy to think that I've been doing this shit for 40 weeks now. Crazier to think about actually 40 weeks ago, like what I was doing. Like I was recording my fucking audiobook, sweating my ass off in a little call room at a co-working space, so that the AC wouldn't make noise. and it was that fucking, I don't know why I'm talking about this like I'm celebrating some anniversary or something, but like it was that fucking audiobook recording sessions. It was in those sessions that I sort of was like, what if I did a fucking podcast? This is kind of fun just talking into a mic, but I don't want to read the whole time. What if I just started a podcast, just like fucking started, talking about nothing? And it's been fun, man, and you've been tuning in. So thank you. How's everybody doing? We are officially starting to see some people reopen some shit. At least in Texas we are. I haven't really tuned into the rest of the world. But I know we're not the first people. That's for sure. And Texas, it was just yesterday that they started phase 1, dude. I was riding my bike to work this morning, and I saw this restaurant, Taberna, on fucking 2nd Street, and there was, like, people just eating lunch, dude. Fucking not in disposable plates or anything. Just had, like, pints of beer, glasses of wine, and, they were not really even doing the social distance thing. Like, they were sitting next to another big group of people at a different table. And, I think whatever you want of the situation, I couldn't help but smile, dude. I was just fucking riding my bike at 3:30, sun's blazing, dude. I just saw 200 people in the river when I crossed I-35. And now I'm rolling through downtown, and what do I see? Restaurants, dude, with people who aren't afraid, and they're just like doing shit that we used to do a month and a half ago, and it's like, oh yeah, dude, that's right. Remember we used to fucking just go to restaurants and like actually eat there and not have to find a fucking park bench to sit at to fucking sit at while people in line at Trader Joe's stare at me, dude, for eating in the fucking 100-degree sun. So maybe you're happy, dude, that restaurant. Fuck, I'm working on not saying dude as much because it's fun to say it, but it's a little bit of a I'm saying it too much, man, and I don't say it that much in my real life, so I don't know why the fuck I'm saying it so much on the podcast. But anyway, some of you might be happy that restaurants and that normalcy is appearing to come back. Some of you might be afraid. Everybody that I've told about the phase 1 plan for Texas who doesn't live here, that I know, like all my friends that I've told from different parts of the world, the first thing they say, like, they're like, I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good idea to me. And it's like, that was my reaction too. But I'm starting to notice a fucking pattern with every piece of information that comes out in this pandemic. It's like there was the initial, I talked about the Uber driver. That was my first real exposure to coronavirus. My Uber driver was like, oh, dude, have you heard about this fucking disease or whatever? And I was like, yeah, sure, man. And, we joked about it, haha. And then fucking people were starting to take it seriously, but I was like, you know what, dude? I mean, I'm going to live my life, right? If it's real, maybe I'll die, dude, but I'll die living my life. I'm not gonna fucking go home and not do anything and just become a fucking, isolated, lazy, stop going to the gym back when the gym was still open. So I was still going swimming, with old people next to me. Just fucking saw on the news, like, old people are the most at risk. And I was just like, fuck it, dude. I'm going to go swimming, go to the sauna. And then I was like, all right, man. A week after that, I was like, this is some serious shit, right? So I started to take it seriously. But I still, in the back of my head, I was taking it seriously, not because I thought it was a deadly thing, but because I was like, this is what the fucking media does now, They've put so much fear in people that it doesn't, I was starting to predict, like, the future of how things would happen. I was like, well, if the media can just create a pandemic based off of their news, then imagine the things that they could do in the future, right? So I was just, the point I'm making is that I was trying to sort of, like, I know something that you don't, right? Trying to find a fucking angle somehow. And the same thing happened when I heard about phase 1. I was like, I don't know about that, man, right? Like, and now it's because I'm kind of happy, dude, like having 3 days off in a row. And then working 2 days and having another day off, dude, and still sort of making, like, kind of the same amount of money that I used to be because I'm not spending as much, right? So it sort of evens out. and so I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea. But then I was like, dude, this is beyond just me, right? My fucking 3 days in a row, like, go fuck yourself, man. There's people that don't have a job, and this is good for them. And at the end of the day, too, like, what I always come back to is I'm not the government, and the government's going to do what the government's going to do, right? So what the fuck is the point of me being like, well, I don't know about that, phase 1, and like people being like, well, I don't like that you think that this is a good idea. I'm like everybody starts fucking fighting about nothing, like it's like, I just think that you should think that phase 1 is a bad idea because this is a very serious thing and people aren't taking it seriously enough. And it's like, well, it's fucking in the hands of the government. Okay? What do you want me to do? I'm still going to work and then coming straight home. Alright? So don't worry so much about people's opinions. Worry more about their fucking actions, man. Because that's why you're fucked up. That's why you're a fucked up individual. Yeah, you that is listening to this right now, that's why you're fucked up, man. It's not because of what your parents told you or what your friends told you. It's because of what they did that you're fucked up, dude. And because of the things that you did. It's not because of some shit that you said, right? It's not because you were it's not because in 8th grade you raised your hand and you made a joke about how fat your teacher was, right? It's not because you said that. It's because you did. It's because you didn't apologize afterwards. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. I'm trying to find some humor, right, in my anger, but speaking of this whole thing, this is humorous, there is a very humorous part in this whole segment of the podcast, because I'm not just bringing up the fucking pandemic to be like, oh my god, phase 1, like, who gives a fuck, dude? I don't even want to talk about that. But what I do want to talk about, man, is Matthew fucking McConaughey appearing in an Austin PSA, dude. You fucking dude, it's like, this is the video.
McConaughey coming to you in these crazy times of the COVID-19.
Let me start it a little bit.
I wanted to give him the time.
Howdy, Austin. Howdy, Longhorn Nation. McConaughey coming to you in these crazy times of the COVID-19. Just want to remind everybody we are going to get through this, okay? But it's gonna be harder than we probably.
It's gonna be harder than we. Dude, I can't tell if he's reading from a fucking prompt or or if he's just like, if he wrote this all like the night before and he sort of memorized it and prepared for it like he would for a film. But why the fuck is Matthew McConaughey giving a PSA, dude? It's
Nation. McConaughey coming to you in these crazy times of the COVID-19. Just want to remind everybody we are going to get through this, okay? But it's gonna be harder than we probably thought. And it's going to take more work on each of our part to do so. I think we've all been doing a good job so far, but I also believe that we can do a better job. And part of that is understanding the seriousness of this and how the virus can be spread. Again, if you possibly can, stay home. The virus doesn't spread unless we spread it to each other. If you feel great and you go, I don't have COVID-19, that does not mean, because you don't have the symptoms, you may not have the virus. It also does not mean you cannot spread the virus. So please, self-quarantine, take care of yourself. You'll be taking care of me. I take care of myself. I'm taking care of you. Also, to all the youth in the city of Austin, plus all the students at the University of Texas, the virus has come on and you've been asked to grow up sooner than you thought you were going to have to. You've had responsibilities laid on your lap that you didn't bargain for. You just went off to spring break, you got back with a tan, you feel great. What's wrong with that?
Dude, just listening to him, it actually makes me want to go outside more, right? He's like, you just got back from spring break with a tan, you went outside of the sun. Like, he's describing fucking, like, the outdoors and just having fun. And then he's saying, like, but don't do that because I'm an actor and I'm telling you not to. It's like, dude, what? You know, I'm not even criticizing him. I'm just making fun of him, dude. God, that's two dudes in like 1 second. Because what I do criticize is like celebrities in their acceptance speech for their awards doing this kind of shit, right? Like, if the Oscars had been maybe like a week before coronavirus started and Joaquin Phoenix had been going up there and being like, this is a very uncomfortable thing for me, but I just want to say there's a global pandemic that we're all ignoring, and it's very important for the cows and the monkeys that we all stay home and stay safe. You know, like, if he had been doing that shit, I'd just be like, I would have turned the fucking Oscars off for the duration of his speech. Because it's like, dude, the wrong time, wrong place, right? Nobody's tuning in to the fucking Oscars to hear you lecture us. And this thing, it's like, this Matthew McConaughey thing is being broadcast in the fucking news. So it's like, all right, dude, if a celebrity wants to go and virtue signal and like pretend that he's like doing something good, right? Because it's like, well, he's using his voice to talk to people, and it's like, come on, man, when are you gonna stop fucking using that argument, right? It's like, Trump told people to inject disinfectant into their bodies and that will clean coronavirus. If you fucking go home and inject disinfectant into your fucking bloodstream, dude, it's not because President Trump told you to. All right? And I'm not defending Trump, but it's not because he told you that. It's because you've got a fucking you missed some kind of programming when you were young, and you, like, there's some damage up there. Because if I hear that, I go, oh really? Oh, really, dude? Nobody's ever told me that I could do that before. And it actually, if you look at the fucking bottle, dude, it says toxic ingredients, don't put it in your fucking mouth. Oh, but I'm gonna put it in my bloodstream, dude. I'm gonna put it in my bloodstream. That's a great fucking idea. And it's because President Trump told me to, right? I can't fucking read. That's not the issue, right? It's not that I'm an illiterate fucking piece of shit. It's that Trump told me, right? Because that'll make a good headline. Back to this fucking McConaughey thing. That's such bullshit, dude. And nobody, who the fuck, that's what I want to know, dude, is the other side of that argument. Who if somebody knows somebody like this, please tell me. But if you're going to argue that because President Trump said that, then that's why people are putting disinfectant into their fucking bloodstream. If that's what you're going to argue, dude, show me the person that's like, well, I'm staying home because Matthew McConaughey told me to. Like, that those two people are the exact same fucking dumb. The exact same kind of fucking stupid. Oh, you're staying home because Matthew McConaughey told you to. Not because there's a global fucking pandemic and the government has said that it's not safe to go outside, dude. It's because Matthew McConaughey told you to? Okay, man, okay. Oh, okay, dude, okay. Okay.
Not blaming any of that, but no matter how good you feel right now, stay home if you can. I'm sorry you've got these responsibilities on you at this time. It's unprecedented time in all our lives. But face the facts that they're here. This is a science fiction film, no more. It's reality, man. Deal with it, please.
Fucking A, man. I wish that I could talk like this guy. You know, that's why they call him the Minister of Culture. He got that. I feel like he made that fucking title up for himself. But, you know, like, he's teaching film at UT now, apparently, or he was. I wonder, you know, that'd be a good question. Is he doing fucking Zoom teaching, dude? You know, somebody should look into that, right? It's like, oh yeah, McConaughey, you want to do some good, man? Keep teaching your fucking virtual class online. Now that it's not in person and people aren't going to get the fucking, you know, you're not going to get the press and you're not going to get that one-on-one interaction, right? I wonder, like, are you still teaching your fucking film class, McConaughey? If you're listening to this, dude, email me and let me know, man. But yeah, man, what did he just say? He said some shit.
He's in time in all our lives, but face the facts that they're here. This is a science fiction film, no more. It's reality, man.
It's reality, man. You know? How many people need to hear that? Right? Not about the fucking pandemic, but just about whatever the fuck's going on in their life. Right? Like me, dude. I fucking hate my job. Like, I fucking... Not the job, dude, but I hate, like... Just things are not running well. Is like, let's put it that way. And I need McConaughey to be like, listen, man, you work at a restaurant, you know? This is no longer your dream job. It's the facts. It's reality, man. And just, you know, and just fucking tell me things the way they are, man.
Deal with it, please. We need you to, and you need us to. Please, all right?
You hear how he fucking said that, dude?
Together. Also, if there's any city in the world that can come together, deal with it, please. We need you to, and you need us to. Please, all right?
Dude,
also, if there's any city in the world that can come together and build for a better tomorrow, it's Austin, Texas. If there's any university in the world that can come together and build for a better tomorrow, it's the University of Texas at Austin. So let's unite, be responsible for ourselves. Okay? Today's containment is going to breed tomorrow's congregation.
Oh man, how long did it take him to come up with that fucking one-liner? Oh my god. I feel like as much as McConaughey is telling me that this is not science fiction, dude, I feel like I'm watching a fucking movie. Oh man. Today's containment is tomorrow's congregation.
At Austin. So let's unite, be responsible for ourselves. Okay? Today's containment is going to breed tomorrow's congregation. All right? The more confined we stay and isolated we stay ourselves personally today, the more liberation we're going to have tomorrow. I stay at home, you stay at home. The more of us stay at home right now, the sooner that this great big world we live in is going to be all of our home again tomorrow. Stay home, hook 'em, and just keep living.
Oh, man. And just keep living, dude. Matthew McConaughey said it first, man. Just keep living, dude. I wonder what the fucking... Because, dude, in the video, it's Judge Eckhart, the fucking mayor of Austin, whose name I forgot right now, and Matthew McConaughey in the middle of them. And they're 6 feet apart from each other so that people will see, like, we're doing our job. I wonder, dude... What the fucking the mayor and the judge, like, what were those 30 seconds immediately after his speech finished? I just want to hear that conversation, dude. You know, Matthew McConaughey's like, so just keep living, with his fucking fingers like he's a rock star, dude. Just keep living, and he smiles into the camera. And then they're like, all right, cut. And he's like, all right, I did a good job there. You want to do a second take? Maybe that was like the 5th take, right? He's like, all right, I nailed it on that one. Thank you, Judge. Mayor, a good day to you. And then, you know, just walks out. Nobody gets a word in. Just keep living. All right, I nailed it on that take. Mayor and Judge, a good day to you. I'm going to go home, and fucking hops on his bicycle and fucking vroom, vroom, vroom. He looks over at the mayor and the judge, and he's like, it's reality, man. Just keep living. And he fucking zooms off in his in a Harley Davidson or some shit, or in a fucking Lincoln, dude. And it's a commercial for a Lincoln. That would be fun. Dude, I don't know. That's the kind of news that we should be seeing, right? Maybe we should get celebrities to do the news. Because it's so much more fun than just, you know, politicians and fucking reporters that are like, well, then, in today's current climate, we cannot be really talking about putting disinfectant in our bodies because the president is doing a lot of harm to people, and there's no mention of fucking mental health. There's no mention of fucking the autonomy of people and to make their own decisions. There's no mention of fucking, you know, anything but fucking, well, in today's current climate, you know, President Trump, those are like the 4 trigger words that they're told to use in every other paragraph of their report. Current climate, President Trump. Well, in today's current climate, President Trump cannot be talking about putting light in our bodies to get rid of the virus. We know from Governor Cuomo that is not an accurate statement. Dude, I'm so fucking happy that I don't watch the news, man. Can you imagine, dude? Imagine if you were one of those people that, like, in your downtime at work, you, like, pull out your phone, and instead of going to, like, see how your family's doing on Facebook or how your friends are doing on Instagram, you know, or your favorite musician, dude, or fucking pulling out a book, dude, on your Kindle. You know, imagine if in your free time you were like, I need to know what's going on with Governor Trubinsky from North Carolina right now because the senatorial elections are so important. And then they just fucking start fingering themselves, dude, because they're so hot for some kind of danger. I'm so fucking happy and grateful that at some point in my life, dude, maybe it's because I grew up in Cancun, and I saw, I would see my dad reading the newspaper, and it was just like 20 teenagers dismembered by the cartel with machetes and never found again. But here are some pictures. And it's like, dude, did the fucking person that wrote this, are they involved, dude? Who got the pictures? And why were the bodies never found if there's pictures? And I just read shit like that, and I was like, that doesn't seem like it's doing my dad very, very much good. That's probably, now that I fucking think of it, that's probably why I don't watch the news. Like, originally, right? Now I have my reasons, but I think originally the reason that I never gravitated toward the news was because every time I saw my dad reading the newspaper, he was just like, oh, puta madre. 30 muertos más en Playa del Carmen, cabrón. No mames. Está cabrona la situación, right? He's just like so depressed, man. He's talking about people dying from gunshots, and it's just like, he was just in disbelief, dude, all the time at the news. And I wonder, obviously, like, all of that shit was true. But I wonder how much good news just goes unspoken in Cancun, in Mexico, dude. Right? Like, every now and then I'll read some crazy article or see some headline from like a buddy of mine that says two graduate students at Monterrey University in Monterrey, Mexico discover a cure for fucking AIDS, dude. And it's like, god damn, dude. The two females in the city of Mexico found a new way to make concrete pavement out of plastic straws. God. So there's a lot of good in Mexico, right? But the only time they talk about it is when fucking some movie filmmaker makes a great movie and wins 3 Oscars for it, right? Then they're like, oh, Mexicans, why do they leave the country? Nobody has an answer for that. But, I don't know, man. I'm just so fucking happy that I don't watch the news, man. Because I don't need it, man. I don't need the fucking news. Let me you know what I do need is some fucking water. What else is on the docket? Fucking, we got Matthew McConaughey covered. And oh man, have you been watching The Last Dance? That Michael Jordan documentary? That is, not as good as OJ Made in America, but it's where I'm getting my fix now. That and The Jinx. But I had to stop The Jinx for like a week because I was getting a little bit scared and my brother's not sleeping at the apartment currently. So I was like, all right, dude, why am I watching this, right? It's making me scared, dude, and it's making me not fall asleep because I'm afraid that fucking Robert Durst is going to come out of my closet and dismember me, dude. Why am I watching this right now again? Tell me. Why don't I watch The fucking Last Dance and just feel like I'm making history instead? It's about it's about Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls and the 6 NBA championships that they won in a row in the last 6 years of his career. But what stood out to me, man, is that you compare sports, right? And sports change, right? It's not some groundbreaking thing I'm saying, but sports change and you see 20, 30 years ago when Michael Jordan was playing, they would play the Detroit Pistons and they would just get fucking slaughtered physically, like almost literally beat to death, dude. Not to death, beat to a shit. You know, like Jordan's about to fucking shoot a jump shot, and as he's jumping, fucking what's that dude with the weird hair that dated Madonna's name? I don't remember. He jumps and he like elbows him in the fucking stomach, and then when he falls to the floor, he like steps on his fucking, you know, his neck or some shit. Like, I'm making that one up, but like literally that's what they would do. They would almost, I think they even got to a point where they would fist fight and just, you know, and they would never get called like fouls for any of it, because that's just how referees did it back then. But you hear Michael and all of these players from the Chicago Bulls, Scottie Pippen, dude, you hear them talking about that time when they lost in 2 NBA finals against the Pistons. And then, and they're not, you know, the end of the story isn't, and then they bought these 3-star players and they won the fucking championship the next year, right? Like, as much as I love Barcelona, right? I watch soccer. As much as I love Barcelona, dude, I used to watch basketball when LeBron was at the Miami Heat. As much as I love basketball, as much as I love soccer and Barcelona and the Miami Heat, the only reason, not the only reason, but the reason, the main reason that they had the runs that they did in the last 10 years is because they wouldn't be good enough, right? And then they'd be like, oh, we need to purchase more this season. So then they would buy fucking Neymar and Luis Suarez and fucking, you know, buy all these amazing players, dude, and destroy the teams that they bought them for. And then you just fucking pile them into one team, and it's like, well, of course you're gonna fucking win, dude. But you didn't get better from the last year. You just brought in people that were better than the people you had the last year, dude. And that's all you fucking did, is you spent money and you upgraded. Right? Which is not, you know, that's not competition. That's fucking commerce. Right? I sound like fucking Matthew McConaughey. The more competition we have now, the more competition we allow today, the less commerce we have to suffer from tomorrow. Today's competition is tomorrow's commerce. I can't believe he fucking said that on whatever news channel that was. Today's congregation? No, today's fucking, what is it that he said, dude? Today's commiseration is tomorrow's congregation or some shit. I can't fucking, today's congregation is tomorrow's, oh man, I forgot it. Let it go, man. All right. But yeah, so in the documentary, they don't just stockpile that, then buy a fucking player. They, you know, they hear them, you hear them and they're like, Jordan fucking, he lost the second one in a row and he went home and he's like, and then my dad just said, you know, all right, go home and come back stronger next year. And that's all you're going to do. And that's what he fucking did, right? He's like, all right, dude, they keep beating us. That's just going to be fuel for us to become better and beat them next year. Because that's what competition is for. It's not to earn a fucking trophy, dude. It's so that you can improve yourself, right? You're not actually competing with fucking the Detroit Pistons. You're just using them to become the best version of yourself that you can. And that just so happens to be a team that can beat the Detroit Pistons, right? But like Jordan was doing it to be the best player that he could be. He might not agree, right? And who the fuck am I to say what he was actually doing? But like, that's how I see it, man. And it's just so great to see like old school competition like that, you know, where you clearly see that one team is breaking the fucking, I mean, not the rules because those were the rules, but it's like they're breaking the honor code, right? Like the code of ethics. It's like if I'm at a fucking poker table and I haven't fucking, never mind. I've forgotten some of the ethics in poker, but like, if you like call time on somebody, it's unethical, right? Like you can call time on somebody and then they have, I think, like 30 seconds to a minute to act, depending on the tournament, to make a decision. But if it's like, if you make a bet and then it's their turn and 5 seconds into their turn, you're like, time, that's unethical, right? And like, I can do it, right? But it's unethical, and everybody at the table is going to be like, hey, you can't do that, you should do that, it's unethical, right? And that's what the Detroit Pistons were doing. But, dude, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and the Chicago Bulls, instead of being like, hey, this is not fair, why not just fucking whining like soccer players do today, instead of fucking whining, dude, they were just like, all right, we're not going to let them get to us. And we're going to become better. And if they don't see that they're getting to us, then they don't have anything over us, right? They can keep fucking shoving us, but if we don't allow them to see us complain, if we just don't complain and we just fucking play our game, then we got this in the bag. And I think a lot of people can learn from that, dude. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of people can learn from that documentary, as far as competition goes. So I've been watching The Last Dance. I've also been watching that fucking The Jinx, but that's a whole other story, man. If you don't know who Robert Durst is and you like that kind of like murder fucking reality shit, you know, just maybe do a little bit of just do a little Google search. Just put Bobby Durst. See what pops up, man. Just make sure you're not doing it at work, because it is not safe for work, man. At least not your work, right? I can fucking look up whatever the fuck I want at my work, because it's all on my phone, my teléfono. I went to the Greenbelt, which is like a hiking place. One of many hiking places in Austin. Last Sunday, so about a week ago, before the Phase 1 thing was announced, and it was shocking, dude. Again, a lot of this went through the filter of a smile for me, because I'm human and I miss seeing people outside and enjoying their life. But to you guys, it might be like, hey, fuck those people. They're not being good citizens. And, you know, feel however you would like. That's not what this is about. But I went to the Greenbelt with a buddy of mine, and there was, let me put it this way, dude, there was traffic at the Greenbelt. Foot traffic. A lot of it. And nobody was wearing a mask. And there wasn't even water, man. They're like, it hadn't rained for maybe a week, and it had been very, very hot days. So there was little puddles here and there, right? Little 2-foot deep puddles with maybe like a 6-foot radius. Or diameter. I don't know. I don't care about mathematics. But once you got to those spots, dude, there was in those 6-foot diameter fucking, is it radius, dude? I don't fucking know. Circumference? Excuse me. Um, dude, what sucks about wearing a mask is that when I do that at work, when I burp at work, I have to pull it down and blow the air out, or else I'm caught in my breakfast. I'm caught in a fucking flurry of my peanut butter and jelly spicy chicken breakfast. But yeah, dude, it wasn't as bothersome as you might think that it was, because like at the end of the day, a month and a half is not enough time to get used to seeing people in a mask, right? I was still like, oh, dude, this is normal, right? Because there's a part of you as a human, maybe it's your ego, I don't know necessarily what, but there is a part of me that's like, dude, this is fine. People are happy, and people are living in the moment. And sure, maybe there's a fucking 6-foot radius of water that they're all sitting around, like playing the fucking bongos and listening to The Weeknd at the same time while they're smoking a blunt and reading a book. All 6 of them. But it was just kind of, dude, it made me happy. And that's the thing, is that I think somebody that would argue against doing those things is living in the news, right? And it's like, yes, dude, this is a serious issue. It's not to be taken lightly. But also, do you know the facts? Are you well read up on the fucking thing? Or are you just watching or hearing your friends say, like, well, I don't know about phase 1. That seems like a little bit too soon, right? And like, because they watched a fucking YouTube video that said the guy that was trying to sell them advertising said, don't go outside, right? Trying to put fear in them so that they're more likely to make a purchase and then sell them advertising for insurance, right? Like that person that was in the video that your friend saw and then said, I don't know about phase 1. And then you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't know about phase 1 either, right? And then I tell you, dude, I went to the Greenbelt and I saw people not wearing masks. Anybody, any fucking person wearing a mask. There were children, there were middle-aged people, there were adults, and there were fucking old people. Nobody was wearing a mask, dude. And then you, because you heard that chain of events of your friend listening to that insurance person, you're like, well, I don't know about the fucking I don't know about that, man. That seems like a bad idea. It seems like a bunch of irresponsible people that are selfish and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what's real and what isn't, right? The news is telling you one thing, but you step outside, at least here in Austin, Texas, and I know, obviously, dude, we're in a very privileged position because we did sort of take care of things and people did stay home and everybody, did follow shit the way that it was supposed to be followed. And there's already a lot, like this is one of the, if not still the healthiest city in all of the United States. So most of us are not at risk. And you step outside, dude, but you step outside and you see that nobody's wearing a mask at the Greenbelt, and they're all happy and they're fucking enjoying themselves, and it's like, all right, what world do you want to live in, right? What world do you want to live in? Do you want to live in a world where people are upset at each other and they're afraid and they are angry all the time? And they're trying to defend their point. I hate people that are trying to defend their point, dude. Or do you want to live in a world where you step outside of the Greenbelt, you go on a little bit of a hike, you yourself don't wear a mask, and you breathe in that fresh fucking Texas air, and then you see dogs, and you see children, and you see, life, and you see that everybody's just living it, man. Like Matthew McConaughey told us to. We're just living it, man. Dude, that's the thing is that, like, you can't get upset at me for fucking injecting disinfectant into my bloodstream and then also get you can't get upset at me for disinfecting fucking bleach into my fucking into my bloodstream and then also get upset at me for dude, god damn, man. Dude, my brain just went there, man. You missed a great punchline because my brain just went there. Oh, dude, yeah. You can't get upset at me for fucking injecting bleach. What if I lost it again, right? You can't get upset at me for injecting bleach into my fucking bloodstream, but then also going and living my fucking life because Matthew McConaughey told me to, dude. So, right, if you're gonna get upset at President Trump, instead of getting upset at me for what I did, dude, then you can't get upset at me for just living it, man. Because today's congregation is tomorrow's liberation. So you gotta get upset at Matthew McConaughey, dude. You gotta get upset at fucking Matthew McConaughey for inciting such behavior in me, right? What did he say, man? Matthew McConaughey, he's the one that told me. What did he fucking say, dude?
The virus has come on and you've been asked to grow up sooner than you thought you at Austin. So let's unite, be responsible for ourselves. Okay? Today's containment is going to breed tomorrow's congregation.
Dude, you can't get fucking mad at me because today's containment is tomorrow's congregation. And then he fucking ends it with...
Again, tomorrow. Stay home, hook 'em, and just keep living.
Dude. And just keep living, dude. You fucking A, dude. That's what I'm gonna fucking do, is just keep fucking living, dude. I'm just gonna keep fucking living because Matthew McConaughey told me to do it. And you can't get mad at me, man. You gotta get mad at fucking Matthew McConaughey. And that's how your fucking logic works, okay? So if you want to get mad at fucking President Trump because people are putting disinfectant in their bloodstream, then you have to get mad at Matthew McConaughey and not at me for not wearing a mask because he told me, you just keep living it. You just keep fucking living it, dude. Woo! That's what I'm gonna fucking do, man. Just keep fucking living it, man. Oh, dude, all of the news. Matthew McConaughey should do all of the news. And you gotta watch the video too. You just search on Google. Matthew McConaughey appears in Austin PSA, and watch that video, and watch the last 5 seconds, dude. Because in the last 5 seconds,
It's a great big world we live
you
in.
hear
All of our home again tomorrow. Stay home, hook 'em, and just keep living.
and just keep living. He doesn't even say it like the way I'm saying it, dude. He's just like, hey, and just keep living, right? Like a matter of factly, dude. And when you see it, and you see his two hands doing like the hook 'em sign, dude, and just keep living. It's fucking, oh, man. If that doesn't make you want to get in bed with McConaughey, dude, then I don't know what will. Dude, Matthew McConaughey, man. I just did a whole fucking podcast about you. If you don't email me, man, I deserve a fucking email from McConaughey for doing an hour of material on Matthew McConaughey. Dude, fucking, it's hard. It's all because I just want to keep talking about that, and I don't, and I shouldn't, dude. Not that I shouldn't, but I'm out of things to say about it. But I just want to keep saying fucking, and just keep living it, dude, because it's so fucking true, dude. You just gotta fucking, it's like he looked at the fucking marketing strategy for Nike, and he's like, dude, just do it. That doesn't sound like Matthew McConaughey would say it. That doesn't sound the way that I would say it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do what? Just do fitness. Just do, that doesn't make sense. Just do life. But how do you just do life? Just keep living it. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna end the speech with just keep living. Just keep living it. Just keep fucking living it, dude. Yeah, man. What else is there to really talk about, dude? Maybe I should end it there, dude. You just keep fucking living it, dude. End it on a fucking positive, dude. How often does that happen on a pupil's fucking life, huh? How often does this fucking shit tell you what to do with your life? Huh? You gonna go tell your friends to listen to this now, dude? Because they gotta fucking just keep living it, dude. And if they're not listening to me, dude, they're not gonna keep living it. They're just gonna keep snoozing it. They're gonna keep snoozing it and noozing it. There's two kinds of people in this world. There's the people that live life snoozing it and noozing it and end up losing it. And then there's the people that just keep living it. And the people that listen to the pupil's life, dude, are the people that just keep living it, dude. And none of my listeners are fucking snoozers or noozers. You're all fucking just keep living iters. Just keep living, dude. I'm gonna fucking do an art project and put it up on my wall that says just keep living it, dude. Oh, man, that's fucking great. That's fucking great. I'm going to leave it at a tight 53. And that's going to be that, man. You heard it here first, and you heard it from Matthew McConaughey. So don't get mad at me, dude, if you see people not wearing their masks. You just got to keep living it, dude. And thanks for listening to the fucking Pupils Life podcast. Go out there and you just, you know what? You just keep living it.